Good, right, yes. Welcome, and we look forward to your poems. Elizabeth has been writing poems since early childhood. In early adulthood, she began to print and bind books. In 1969, the Firebird Press was named after her first book. One of those books is owned by a Poetry Cafe fan. Her working life was in the field of science. Now retired, she is delighted to share her poems with others again. Her publications, 365 Poems of Elizabeth, Mortal, Eastbourne Sea, The Dancers, Poems for Younger and Older Children, and her author's page can be found on Amazon. Welcome, Elizabeth.
Thank you, John. Thank you. It would be my dad's 105th birthday today, and it's the 10th anniversary of his death. He died on the spring solstice. And my dad always encouraged me in my writing poetry. And he once said to me, wow, if you can write like that, you don't need to worry about exams. And I always worried about exams. So it was like he really gave me confidence in being a poet. So I would just like to dedicate these poems to Dad, to you, Dad. The first one is called Sunset Communion. Drink from the crimson communion cup of sky. Dragonfire dissolves in wisps of candy floss deliciously. Drink from the crimson communion cup of sky. On an iridescent pearl plate, the green sea laps at a silver moon delightedly. Drink from the crimson communion cup of sky. Starlings dance in the deepening bowl of blue in perfect confluency. Drink from the crimson communion cup of sky. Next one is called November Birthday. Drop me into the world on a day of miracles, when the sky river overflows with green-grey fish and the jay-blue spaces between red-brown trees are flecked with copper gold. Drop me into the world on a day of November, when the inverted year stands on its head and the bare roots scream like rooks and starlings into the sky. The next one is called Creators. They came slowly, feeling for eyes if the weird ecstasy of shape would fall into focus. They danced the mold of leaves falling and the eddy of ducks and water geese, runs of wingtips, the xylem and phloem. They drummed the sand grains into whirls and ripples, and the mountains thickened and the chalk flakes folded into cliff fells. They called at first softly, then louder, and I heard at last their call, and I said, how can I help you? What is left to be done? Look, they whistled, at all we have made, and behold us. Next one is called Earth Song. Another Earth Song. I borrowed a body from the brown earth, cradled in a basket of tree roots. I fed it on chestnuts and blackberries. I clothed it in blue flax and garlands of roses. Everything that I need for its healing is here in the earth. The next one was written after dissecting a frog in the university laboratory. Amphibian, your wasted sinews flawed by my imperfect art. Beneath your shredded fibres, networks of voltaic coils gleam white. Skylines full of industry tower from your discarded thigh, and a powerful low thrumming rocks your broken vertebrae. And now our electric world watches you floundering in two wasted elements, flawed and poisoned by our gross unscientific heart. The next one is called The Sea. They have inserted concrete coffins bound in steel, rocket-centered, full of poisonous fuel, enough to detonate all my children, says the sea. They have invaded me. Oh, at my quickest part, where stones are rounded by a million tides, fish of numerous conceptions, flowers blooming endlessly, tentacles salt-tanged. In my deep dark crevices swept by the cold currents, oh, they never knew me, never, never, never knew me. They have dumped nerve gas in me, says the sea, enough to sterilize all my progeny. I cannot weep for drowned secrets, webbed and translucent, palpitating, shimmering, blue blood pounding. I cannot weep for the sharp removal of the plug, for the eclipsing of my vessels. I cannot weep. I cannot weep. I cannot begin to weep. Next one is called Spring. I did not do anything to make it spring. I did not change the sky or move the sun. I did not make plants shoot or birds sing. Yet here I am in the new spring, and the warm sky covers me. Thank you.